guys, we are into a new day and I'm currently dealing with kind of a lot confusion, or I don't know if it's really confusion. It's just like I don't feel like I'm 100% on the right path. So, for example, with this channel, I'm still trying way too hard to make it cool and appealing to normal people, so to say. So, like people who might not be too deep into life or who are not too interested in self-mastery and so on. And on the one hand, I feel like I'm not going into a deep enough level just in order to not piss off people who are interested in more everyday stuff and more practical. Like it's still practical, but let's say like more practical stuff. Well, let's not say practical. Just like people who are the kind of people who rather watch, I don't know, something crazy like skydiving instead of someone revealing an amazing concept over 2 hours. And the last kind of thing is actually what I actually want to get into, because I really just want to master life, and I want to master myself, and I want to share my experiences with you. And I actually from my deepest part, I don't want to make the content in any kind of way easier just in order to attract more people. And this is something I have to fight against, because of course, I mean, the feedback I mostly get is from people from my former school or something like that. And then it's always like, oh, let's make a catchy thumbnail. I mean, if you've seen my last thumbnails, it's not a coincidence that I chose red as my main color, because it's very appealing. There are many caps. The titles are quite, especially of my vlogs. I changed it from the last one, but they were very catchy. And for example, you have always two options. For example, with my surfing vlog, I could have wrote I don't know, surfing in Hossegor 2017 or something like that, just something that describes the video, or I could write I surf for the first time in caps. And if you don't know me, if you don't know my channel and all that, you will never ever click on the first title, but you might probably click on the second title. So this is something I have to figure out, because I'm a lot into truth, and I mean, it was real. I mean, it was not a clickbait or something. But I don't want to. I want to become a very, very good product, and never ever want to put myself on sales. If you understand what I mean here. So I don't want to sell myself in any kind of way cheaper, or I don't want to attract people through their lower drivers. So for example, if I put out an online course, I never ever want to make a sale. I don't want to. I want to create the best thing I can do, and if it's then 199 euro or something, then it is 199 euro. I want to make the most. I want to put in all my work, the best I can do. I want to make this an absolute masterpiece, and then fairly consider how much this is worth, and then that is the price. And if you want to pay that, then it's alright, and if you don't, same. And this is actually the kind of direction I want to do, because I want to really make it true. You know, I want to make it really true. And so I just, for example, the titles, I want to make them more, not boring, but really just, it shall be more like a complete episode. You know, if you would have an episode on TV, that would not every single one of them would be so like, whoa, something crazy happened. No, it would just not be completely boring descriptive, but it would just be in a cool way. So if you would just look over them as like a list, it's just, oh yeah, that was this, that's what that was that. That's what I actually want to do. And the same goes with my knowledge videos. I just want to make them so good. And I can talk about very simple concepts and all that, and this is what I want to do. This is not what but that's something I do because like this is the things that I can definitely share already. But I want to get into deeper concepts. You know, I don't want to stay at the surface, and yeah. So I really just have to figure a lot of things out there. So what I'm going to do now is I would just sit down by myself with a pen and a pencil and just think about my future, like completely with the mentor stuff and all that, and like just complete life completely. And I feel like I need to do things like that more. I really want to be very, very intentional and conscious about how I want to spend my time. I just really get more clarity and more focus. I don't want to be distracted. I'm not very much distracted, but I want to really get even more clear about what's my purpose. Like, what do I want to do? And I really want to just get more into the moment, pay more attention to myself, judge no one. You know, I really just want to get way more into this self-mastery thing. I want to improve the relationship with my family way more, and I really don't want to. I also, for example, with my videos, I want to stop focus on the numbers. I really don't care. I just want to make every single one of them my absolute masterpiece. And yeah, this is what I want. Like I just want to make it real and the best way possible. You know, I would rather go on a path that takes a couple of decades and then has the best view at the end than going on a path that maybe takes 1-2 years, 6 months, and then has a very nice view, but it's quite hollow or something like that. And yeah, I obviously have to also take care of myself. Like I can't just say, oh, I want to master everything, and then I'm still living at my parents' house at 30 or something. You know, like we need to get practical, but on the other hand, don't sell myself cheap in any kind of way. And I feel like if I do this, this feels so right for me, like so right. So I really want to get clearer on this so that I can actually follow through on it and set some more clear rules for my life and all that. So let's just do this, and if I come up with anything special, I'll let you know. So let's get down into the basement and focus on myself. And just one more thing more. This is the perfect example. I just looked it up. I mean, I've been just talking for 9 minutes straight, and I know that like this kind of content is not what gets so many views, but I want to make it original. I want to make it very good. I want to make it real. I want to make it like the best thing I can do. And since this is about building the best life, I don't want to show you so many crazy time lapses of crazy stuff I do. I mean, if I do crazy stuff, I show you, but I don't want to focus on that, you know. It shall really be mainly about how I build my best life, like, and in order to give you this value, I have to show what's going on in my head, because we are building our lives in our head. So that's just the perfect example right now. So if you're listening to this, I feel like you're the very right kind of viewer to me, and I feel a very deep connection to you. And other people who like are just who just want to see fancy stuff, that's okay, but that is not the direction I want to go in. So let's go now, really. What's up, guys? I didn't film that much, like basically nothing, as you have probably already seen. I was just very thoughtful about just life in general, because I mean, if you're just in this position where like we are having like every possibility and we could do anything, and the question is really like, how should I go on with life? Like, what should I focus on? Because, for example, if I'm starting to study in November, I guess, psychology as a distance learning course, I just looked it up. If I want to do it full time, this takes around, so on the average, 39 hours a week. So I said I will calculate with 35 hours a week, because I feel like I can work more efficiently, and maybe I can even lower this number even more. But then I just calculate everything through. If I want to keep my YouTube content just where I want to right now, if I want to study, and if I want to keep on doing sports, eat, sleep, and go to a mentor, and do also like 20 hours of work for him, or just indirect 20 hours in a week with him, then that would basically leave me with and my morning and my evening routine has to be considered. But after that, I would be left with 5 hours. Like, what? 5 hours. I mean, all the stuff that's not considered, not calculated in there, that's crazy. That's completely crazy. I have to be healthy non-stop, which I am, but you never know. And getting food is not calculated. If something technically goes wrong, isn't calculated. There is nothing for any business development, like thinking about how I can improve my YouTube stuff, so I can put out the content as I'm used to.
but I have very few time to actually think about how I can make it better and all that stuff. Also, there's nothing for any special personal development, spiritual work, no inner work, no self-inquiry. It's very limited, and we all know that these 5 hours are probably going somewhere else we can't even track. Because I mean, like, it's not even 1 hour. This is like 50 minutes or something spare time per day, and this definitely goes away between the different activities. So yeah, this is very interesting to see. But since all of this sort of studying and the mentor is not there yet, I just thought about, wait a second, what's about right now? So I calculated my current situation through, and guys, I have 56 hours left. Like, what? Like, where does all of this time come from? And so I really want to focus on everything that I do, just maintaining it, but really be sure that I upgrade my whole infrastructure, my whole systems to work more efficient and all that, to create more. I always want to say creating instead of working, because working is such a negative touch. So I'm creating, and I want to create more efficient, and yeah, and then that we're then through speed reading, faster computer, faster editing, and all that, to be able to improve further even during my studying. And yeah, so another point I just want to address is be okay with confusion. I researched a little bit about enlightenment the past days, which got me completely confused, because in the first I was just like, maybe my personal brand and all that stuff just becomes irrelevant once I'm enlightened. But turns out it's probably not, as far as I found out, and therefore I'm just going to do that, just the way the normal life, the way I planned it, and on the other hand, pursuing enlightenment or other spiritual stuff, and this might interfere, but it's not like something becomes completely irrelevant, or even if it's not like it didn't mean anything afterwards. And even besides that, like, even if all of this is just an illusion, it's just a game, you can still play the game, you see. And yeah, so I mean, I also want to become self-dependent and all that stuff. So all of this is a good idea. I'm super passionate, super happy with this journey, and I'm super glad that you're with me on this. So let's get right into it. I know the sound quality will suck, but just one thing: live the best life you can possibly live. You only have one shot.